All right, so this is going to be the last video, just closing out with example 3, multiplying and dividing in scientific notation. Basically, all you need to do when you're multiplying and dividing in scientific notation is to follow your exponent rules. That's what you put in the blank at the top of the back side of your notes. Follow your exponent, I meant exponent rules. Follow your exponent rules, which means that if we're multiplying, you know that you have to add the exponents. When you're dividing, you have to subtract the exponents. That's all you have to remember. So, please look at example 3.a. Take a moment and write this down on your notes. The last thing you want to do is to try to put this in the calculator. These numbers are going to be too big. They're going to be too small. The calculator may not be able to handle them. So we're going to have to break it up and do some of this, by hand. The calculator will help us, but we're not going to put the entire expression in the calculator. All right? So, as you can see, we are multiplying these two numbers that are written in scientific notation. What I want you to do is you're going to combine the C's. So this C is 4.4, this C is 1.5, and we're going to combine our exponents. So if I'm multiplying, that means I'm multiplying everything. So that means I have 4.4 times 1.5, so that's my C's. And then I also can multiply my exponents, all right? 10 to the third times 10 to the negative 7. So everything is multiplied. All I did was move things in a different order. I haven't changed. We're still multiplying, all right? So your calculator will help you figure out what 4.4 times 1.5 is. So if you have a calculator, go ahead and figure it out. If you don't, I'll just tell you 4.4 times 1.5 is 6.6. All right? Now, look what you've got with the rest of our problem. Two bases that happen to be the same, and we learned at the beginning of the unit, whenever you're multiplying same bases, we add. So we have to add 3 plus negative 7, which is negative 4. So my n is negative 4. There's my C. There's my base. There's my exponent. I'm done. That's it. Break it up into chunks, ladies and gentlemen. You can move things around. It's okay. Put your numbers together. Put the exponents together. Multiply the numbers. Add the exponents. You'll have your final answer. Let's look at letter B. Letter B, we're going to divide this one. All right? So I've got 2.4 times 10 to the fifth divided by 2.5 times 10 to the fourth. You're going to do the same thing that we just did. Here are my C's, right? So I'm just going to divide 2.4 and 2.5. Here are my exponents. I have a like base, so I'm just going to subtract the exponents. All right, so calculator help. 2.4 divided by 2.5 is... actually, I don't know. Hold on. If you got a calculator, go ahead. If you don't, I'll do it here. 2.4 divided by 2.5 is 0.96, all right? 0.96. 5 minus 4 is 10 to the first power. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Now, hopefully you realize we have a problem. And that problem is my C is not between 1 and 10. If you forget that this C has to be between 1 and 10, I'm going to count the whole thing wrong. So what I need to do is move this decimal over, boom, to get 9.6. Well, when I move the decimal over to the right, I have to take a little bit off of here because when I move it over, I'm losing a decimal point, a decimal place. So when this becomes 9.6, I have to subtract a 1. Well, what's 1 minus 1? I hope you said 0. So this is 9.6 times 10 to the 0. And hopefully you remember in the last lesson, what is anything raised to the 0? I hope you said 1. So this just gets gone. So my answer here, ladies and gentlemen, is just 9.6. That was kind of tricky, but I think you can handle it if you take your time and just think about it. All right, let me give you one more. All right, let me give you one more, and I'm going to let it be a division one, if you don't mind. I'm going to let it be a division one. Letter C. Can you see me over here? Yes, you can. Letter C is 4.5 times 10 to the 5th divided by 1.5 times 10 squared. All right, you know what to do. Here's your C, divide it. Like bases, subtract them. 4.5 divided by 1.5 is 3.0. 5 minus 2 is 3. This is between 1 and 10, so we don't have to do that funky stuff we did over here. That's raised to the third power. Box your